I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo.
Crawford going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
Terence Crawford didn't hold back during a recent live segment, confidently sharing why he sees himself as the superior fighter to Canelo Alvarez. While acknowledging Canelo's advantages in size and strength, Crawford pointed out his own edge in speed, reach, and most importantly, technical skill. He made it clear that although Canelo has faced and defeated tough opponents, none were as complete or as sharp as he is, and he meant no disrespect in saying so. Crawford also responded to those questioning his move to face Canelo, explaining that doubt only strengthens his motivation. He gave Canelo his due credit as a top-tier competitor, but emphasized that his own adaptability and precise boxing IQ make the difference. Whether the match happens or not, Crawford wants the world to know he's prepared and confident in his ability to outbox anyone.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you named is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
It's a tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Jeff Mayweather recently weighed in on the potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, offering insight into the distinct contrast in their fighting styles and what it would take for Crawford to come out on top. Mayweather acknowledged that Crawford holds the edge when it comes to pure skill, but emphasized that Canelo's dominance in his weight class presents a serious challenge. For Crawford to win, he'd likely need to deliver a near-flawless performance. One of the key factors Mayweather pointed out is the age of both fighters. As veterans of the sport, it's unclear when either might begin to show signs of decline. Both are still considered elite pound-for-pound talents, but whoever is closer to their prime could have the upper hand. In a matchup this close, even the slightest dip in sharpness from either side could be the difference maker.
Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win, and take advantage of Canelo's mistakes.
Mayweather sees Crawford's best chance at beating Canelo through his superior skill and ability to capitalize on mistakes. He admits it could be a very close fight. One Crawford could win by decision or narrowly lose. The weight jump is a real challenge, but if Crawford maintains his speed and precision while handling Canelo's power, he has a strong shot. Canelo's size and experience at higher weights give him an edge, but Crawford's boxing IQ and adaptability could even the odds. It would be a true test of skill versus size, decided by who executes better on fight night.
Both guys are aging, and you never know. You never know when they're going to show their age. So it could be either one of them that does that. But I mean, I just lean toward Crawford because I just do have so many skills, and I mean, I just see that him possibly winning the fight by decision, but could also lose a close decision.
Teddy Atlas offered an intriguing take on the potential Crawford versus Canelo showdown, highlighting the rich history of boxing where smaller, highly skilled fighters have occasionally outsmarted larger, more powerful opponents. He noted that many fans are beginning to believe that Terence Crawford might be one of those rare talents, someone capable of overcoming size with precision and technique, reminiscent of past eras when catchweight fights were more frequent. Rather than viewing Canelo's size as a clear advantage, Atlas challenged that perspective, proposing that Crawford's ring IQ, sharp movement, and speed might be the deciding factors. Is it possible that Crawford is simply too quick and too clever for Canelo to fully leverage his strength? This, Atlas reminded, is the essence of boxing. A craft built on strategy, skill, and the art of landing without being hit, not just raw power.
Believe we had the Crawford. It looked like we had the Crawford. We were talking about that. Can a really great small guy beat a really good big guy? You know, we were getting into that mind frame again. Some people were saying, "Oh, Canelo's too big. Forget it." But we were getting into the right mind frame, the right with this great, sweet science, with this sport that goes back longer than any other sport in the world, where catch weights used to be in the 20s to 30. Little guys beat big guys, and it wasn't that unusual. So we were starting to get into that frame of thinking. Okay, can this great guy Crawford, can he, instead of looking at it as a disadvantage that Canelo is so big.
Teddy Atlas compared boxing to bullfighting, where the bull occasionally outmaneuvers the matador. This rare possibility made the upcoming fight intriguing. People were starting to believe the underdog could win. However, Atlas expressed frustration with boxing, suggesting that just when excitement builds, something always derails it, hinting at the sport's history of missed opportunities and politics blocking great matchups.
That maybe he'd be too smart, too slick, too quick, you know what I mean? Too special in those areas, not to allow Canelo to use his size and his counterpunching and everything else. And that's what the sweet science is about. You know, it's not supposed to be just about, letting a bull run out into the bull ring and then wait until the matador puts a spear in. It's supposed to be about the bull actually having a chance to outslick the matador, which don't happen too often. So now we were starting to get into interesting grounds. Okay, people were buying into it. Yeah, okay.
Conor Benn's take on Crawford versus Canelo underscores the slim margins that could determine the fight's outcome. Ben believes Crawford's elite skill, adaptability, and ring IQ make him dominant at 154 to 160 pounds. However, he sees Canelo as a unique challenge. Unlike most fighters, Canelo combines power with exceptional skill, experience, and the ability to handle top-level opponents. Ben suggests Crawford's advantage lies in his technique, but Canelo's proven ability to take on slick boxers and his power to change the course of a fight present a significant challenge. This matchup isn't just about size or power, it's about who can execute their strategy more effectively.
Crawford going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160.
But not 68.
Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Canelo, I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power. And then Canelo, when he's fought Belenga, then fought Ryder, Munguia, it's even. I think it'd be a 50-50 fight if Crawford fought Canelo.
You look at the elite boxers, to a man, to every one of them, they're disciplined. Yeah. And they stay focused. I'm so excited to see this fight with Canelo Alvarez because I think the Saudi Arabians have so much money. They're throwing so much money at boxing. And the guy who's the head of boxing over there wants to make that fight happen. I think Terence Crawford, forget about the 3-weight classes. I think he could beat Canelo.
I think he can. I think one of the issues around the whole situation was they'd agreed the Crawford fight, but they hadn't agreed a May fight, and Canelo wanted to fight in May. And there aren't really a lot of options, but by beating Skull, you can become undisputed. And I feel like the fight with Crawford as an undisputed fight is pretty cool because Crawford's undisputed at 47 and 40, and he could become a 3-division undisputed.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring. I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that anything can happen in boxing. You know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count him out, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes and 21 pounds to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3. And then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago. Because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs
weight divisions, 2 or 3 weight divisions. For me, it's a big issue. He's not a bigger man. I mean, he's 37 years old. Canelo's 35. They're both sort of at the end of their careers. Crawford, I'm not going to say he's old, so that's going to be a major problem, because as you're older, you do want to step up the weight divisions because it's harder to take weight off. Neither of these guys are taking weight off, so that's not an issue. But there's no rehydration clause, and the issue with that is, for me, is the fact that Canelo can weigh whatever he wants the next day. So he's going to get down to 168 pounds super middle, and he's probably going to be getting in the ring way over 175 pounds, the light heavyweight limit. He'll be up at, like, in English money, it's going to be up at like 14, maybe towards 14 stone. And there's no way that Terence Crawford's going to be that heavy. He's going to be coming up to 168, and he'll only be a few pounds over that.